Hello, viewers. How are you all doing today? I hope you are having a very nice weekend. Yes, you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Alma's Vlog. As always, I love you all, and I appreciate you for being with me. If you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. If you've been with us, I truly appreciate you. All right. Okay. Well, the topic of today is in regards to spiritual husband and wife. Okay, there is something I want to clear. Okay, something that many people have asked me, and I want to clear it in one video so that everybody will know, the right thing about it. Okay, yes, I've received calls, messages in this regard, and they want to find out that their element is earth, or their element is air, their element is fire, and then why is it that spiritual husband is disturbing them? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I will actually address this once and for all. Some of us don't even know before the coming of the white men in regards to Christianity. Our forefathers worshipped idol. They were core traditionalists. All right, they knew nothing like Jesus. They knew nothing like Christianity. They worshipped idol. They worshipped stuff that they felt was protecting them. So then they do not know anything about Christianity. So some of you, your parents were Obanjes. What I mean by Obanje are water spirits. Yes. Some of them worshipped water spirits. Some of them worshipped the river. Some of them worshipped, there are so many things. Some of them worshipped stuffs, a lot of stuffs anyway, that I cannot mention. Do you know that Obanje's trait, like what I mean by Obanje's trait is evil, as in water spirit trait. It can be transferred from one person to another. Yes, it's transferable. Some of you, your parents gave birth to children and they were all dying. They kept on dying and dying and dying. And then they go to a river and tell the river that if they ever receive children that will not die, that they will worship them forever. And there is nothing goes for nothing. As they have told the river that they want children, they want to bear their own children, they should give them children. Or they visited a native doctor and told them that they want children. The native doctor or the river will tell them, okay, I'm going to give you this child, or maybe I'm going to give you children. Okay, but you are going to make sure that they will serve me, or you are going to make sure that if any man gets a child from the water, automatically that child becomes water. You need to start asking questions. Start asking your mother and your father questions if they are still alive, so that you will know your roots. You know where you are coming from. Some of you are asking me that, let me tell you, elements, that you are element is just your birthday. That your element is earth, sorry, and your zodiac sign determines your stuff, anything about earth, fire, and the rest. It's just zodiac sign and element and nothing more. That does not mean that is where you came from. What I meant when I said I came from the earth, I know myself, I know who I am. Yes, my element states that I am from the earth, but even before my element, I already know that this is where I came from, because I went to go and ask questions. You need to ask questions about your roots. You need to travel to your village. You need to call the elders in your village. You need to ask them where you actually came from. It's not a bad thing. There is no fruit on earth. There is nothing that grows on this earth that does not have root. It must have root for it to grow. Only the roots that from the root, it starts from the root before it will even grow and have branches. My dear, that you have grown and your parents, your recent parents, told you that you are a Christian and you are from Catholic, you are from Anglican or any Pentecostal church. They did not grow from nowhere. They have roots. They came from somewhere. Some of you here are carrying curses. Because some of you here, some of us, let me even including myself, the curses we know nothing about. The curses from great, as in our forefathers. The problem that they brought upon themselves when they were worshipping those idols. Some of them shedded innocent blood. And those innocent blood are after them. After their after their children from generation to generation. What do you think we call generational curse? Do you know that in the olden days, a man can come and say that he's bringing his generation to years to come, from generation to generation, that they will continue to, he will promise one thing and say they will continue to worship him till the end of time. And before you know it, as time goes on, next generation or the third generation will just decide to join Christianity and follow the good way they feel is the best way for them. What happens to those promises they have promised the river? They made a promise to the river. Some of them promised the land. When they removed their slippers, they promised the land that this is the one. Some of them were worshipping lands. Are you even saying that because you are not earth, because you are not water, you cannot be from water? Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Your element can be fire. Your element can be anything it wants to be. That is not where you are from. You came from somewhere. What the other video I made, I told you guys that I'm earth. Yes, I'm earth. I didn't want to start going deep because I believe that everybody should know where they came from. Everybody should know their roots. But because of the questions I'm seeing, the questions, the messages I've been seeing and the calls I've been receiving, I said, let me come and make this clear. My dear, because you are element, because your element is air, does not mean that you cannot have spiritual husband. It does not mean you cannot have spiritual husband. Water can be from where you came from, where you came from into this world. I don't know. I'm an Igbo, and we call it Ebe Isiwebi Owa. Where you come from into this world is what I'm talking about, though. Is what I'm talking about, though. That you are a Christian cannot stop that. I'm a core Christian, no. But that you are a Christian cannot stop that. Some of you, your great grandfathers made a promise that all their first sons in their family from generation to generation, their first sons will continue to worship and drop sacrifices on monthly basis or on yearly basis. And then when they grow up, they don't even go and do all these things. There comes the problem. Some of you are going through what you're going through today from spiritual husband based on what a transferred trait. Some of you, your parents were what? They had spiritual husbands, they have spiritual wives. And then it is transferred from generation to generation. This is something that is, is long. Yes, prayers can stop all these things, can curb it. Prayers can curb it down. There is nothing prayer cannot do. But you telling me that because you're air or because you're fire, you cannot have a spiritual husband. That is not true. You can have a spiritual husband. Whatever element does not stop you. Your element is not even where you come from. There is a place you are from. There is a place that you are from. And people worship it. In the olden days, they worship it. Mostly they worship the land. Mostly they worship the water. I've not seen somebody worshiping fire. I've not heard questions. So you really need to ask questions. And then I said something about you being present for your spiritual work to be done. You being present. My dear, if spiritual husband, if you are married in the water, it means you have you yourself, you have a spirit, you have a great power that you don't even know of. I am earth, but water cannot exist without earth. What have you ever seen water on top of the roof? It cannot exist without earth. Earth is powerful. Water is powerful. Air is powerful because it can blow. Fire can destroy. Water has no enemy if you understand where you're from. And then, what I mean by you have to be present. You have to be present. It depends on what your spiritual husband requires. Some people that they have done this work for, I connect people to where they are going to be doing this stuff for them. I connect them. Some people that they have done this work for, immediately they do the consultation. Actually, they collect consultation fee for them to consult to know what the spiritual husband requires. And before they can call up the spiritual husband, they have to buy some stuffs for them to do the consultation too. So by the time they call them up, they call the spiritual husband. That is, the spiritual husband will tell them they all are spirits. You won't understand all these things. It's a very big topic. I cannot keep talking. I cannot talk about it now. But all I want to tell you is that if you are not present, if they do consultation, and if your water spirit, if your spiritual husband wants you to be present, it will require that you must be present to deliver whatever it is by yourself. But if your spiritual husband is the easygoing type, they can do it on your behalf. They can do it on your behalf. That is why consultation is very important. There is nobody that wants to do this spiritual work, husband work or wife work for you, that will not ask you, that will not tell you that they have to do consultation. If they don't consult, that means it's fake. They must consult to know what it requires. You cannot just tell somebody, okay, I'm going to use so amount of money to do this thing for you. That means it's fake because the person doesn't know what he or she is doing. So, my dear, because you're not present does not mean they cannot consult for you. They can consult for you. It is when your spiritual husband requires that you must be present. If you must be present physically and spiritually. Sorry, okay, the day I said it, I didn't mention it. Do you know that they can be doing stuff for you while spiritually you're with them? Your spirit will be with them while they are doing it. That is what I mean by when you have to be present. You have to be present. Spiritually, you can be present with them. Physically, you can be present with them. It depends on what your spiritual husband wants. After all, when your spiritual husband used to come and make love to you in the dream or physically, give what belongs to Caesar. Give what belongs to God to God. This thing is very deep. I've explained to some people that I can be able to explain to, but I decided to make this video so that I will clear off everything, so that when you watch the video, you actually understand everything perfectly. Some of you are passing through what you're passing through today because of generational curse. Because of what they have. Do you know that in the past they used to kill twins? Do you know in the past when they want to bury a king or bury somebody that is of noble, they will use human head and bury the person. Some people even still practice it up to today. Those things brought about what is called curse. Some of them sleep with their siblings, sleep with their relatives, we are their cousins. All those things are curse. And you need to cleanse yourself to be free from all this. That's another topic for another day. Okay? So, in a nutshell, you can be... Alright. and be and be a child of the water. Some of you are even queens in the spiritual, in the marine world. Some of you are kings. Do you understand? And it's not your making. Sometimes it's a trait. It's something that was transferred to you that you don't even know of. It's a covenant. It's a covenant. Let's take, for instance, a mother. When a mother is pregnant, it's not a child inside, not the fetus inside the womb that determines where it will be delivered. Is it? It is the mother that determines the hospital she wants to deliver the baby. That's how it is. It's not your making. It's your fathers, your mothers, your great-grandfathers, your great-grandmothers. It was transferred to your own father. But your father left it and said he doesn't want to do traditional stuff. It is fetish. They don't want to do it. It's fetish. That's why every month, sometimes you see in the family, the first son is the problem. He will never have money. Because what he's supposed to do is not doing it, and his father is no more. A lot are happening. You will see a woman that has been looking for child for so long, she did not have any issue at all. She will go to a river or go to some of them even visit firewood. They go and visit. Some of them visit a farm. Some of them visit tree. They worship tree. Then something like Iroko tree. They will go there and tell the tree that they have been looking for child, and their child, they don't have any child. People are calling them barren. This and that. They have come. That if they ever give them children or a child, or even a daughter, that every first daughter of that family must worship them. If they don't worship them, that particular thing will come for revenge. Yes, it will come for revenge. Thank God for Christianity. Thank God that our eyes are open. We know God. Thank God we know Jesus. Thank God we know God. Thank God we know. Because there are so many things that we are supposed to go and ask after. See, if you like being in America, if you like being in Europe, if you like being in another earth, your root is your root. Know your root. But make sure that your hands are clean. Don't spill blood. Consider the commandments of God in whatever you are doing. Make sure that your heart is as clean, is very pure. Can you give me a reason why a woman will go to a spiritualist or a church, maybe anywhere whatsoever? They will pray, and after praying, the spiritual husband will still be coming back. You are owing your spiritual husband. You are owing him. You are owing your spiritual wife. If you like, move from east, west, north, and south. If you are not around, they still can do consultation for you. If it's something that you must be present, they will tell you. If it's something that would need you spiritually to be present with them, they will let you know. Do you understand? They will tell you what and what to do. The day they are going to be doing it, they will tell you what and what to do. You can be in America. They will consult for you in Nigeria. And they will tell you what you need to do. Do you understand? It depends on what your spiritual husband or wife requires. So that is the topic of today. Okay? I hope I've made it clear to some people that are, a little bit confused about the whole stuff. Alright, guys. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching this video. Today, I've been very busy. So busy. But it's okay. Alright? If you're just joining us today, you are welcome. If you've been with us, I love you. Please continue to be with us. Continue to subscribe.